So the question Primos had was, what if somebody's crying out for help? They're suffering, but power doesn't come along and help, right? Because that seems to be the scenario. Now, I think there's different versions we ask for help. Help, right? I think, I'm thinking of the soccer game where one of the players gets touched by the other one, right? But the soccer player lays on the ground, he's holding his knee, he's crying in pain, and he's going, referee, look, I got hurt. He tripped me, he bumped me, penalize it, right? He's crying out for help. Genuine ask for help. Suffering. It's really playing the part. And also he's asking the referee for help. But he's asking the referee not just for help, but to penalize somebody else. He's also asking the referee, which is part of the game. As opposed to asking somebody outside the game. And so, who are we when we're asking? Who are we asking? Are we sending the message to, a non-playing character? And a non-playing character can be an idea of God, right? The one that some people are praying to, that, we also want to punish our enemies. It's not okay. And give us prosperity, right? That God is an idea of God, as opposed to a really consciousness power that's going to come in and wake people up. Are they asking to be woken up? Are they asking for something that will bring them out of the game of suffering? Or are they asking for some way to control the game and get what they want out of the game? So I think I see the variable of where are they asking from? They're asking from their victimhood. They're asking from their sense of entitlement and superiority. Okay. Are they asking non-playing characters? Are they asking entities that can't deliver that kind of consciousness? Who are they asking? How are they asking? Or are they asking to be conscious and awaken from the game so they can take care of their own suffering in a way that they move through, I would say, responsibility and power? Because that higher consciousness requires taking responsibility to say, yeah, I put myself in this game. I agreed to play by the rules. Okay. I was creating suffering. I was creating victimhood. I put myself on the field where I got injured, and so I can take myself out. So it's a responsibility to that other consciousness that then you can change your stories, your emotions, your suffering. Okay. So what about those
Yes.
scenarios in terms of, okay, would power, well, you refrain from the word God here, would power, consciousness, intervene and help everybody that asks for help, even if they're suffering? Or would it delineate would it differentiate?
In the imagery I saw, I think that's what you mean, Gary, is I wouldn't ask help somebody who's asking from an unconscious place, but when I saw like light inside him or her that wants to be awakened, then that's who I will help. Or maybe if sometimes, yeah, and somebody who has and then sometimes they may have a genuine request inside that game, but it comes from a genuine place, and then I would also help.
It's interesting. There's an awareness of something genuine, something truthful. Miguel would call it integrity. And what he described is, when we go on journeys at times, he would say, okay, and I told you, like where we went to go meditate in the cave or go into Titla. I would say, if you want to ask for something, he would say, go ask from your integrity and it will happen. You know, so, um, but if you ask from, he said, if you ask from your victimhood or your self-importance, he said, it won't happen.
Maybe it would just cause more problems. I mean, sometimes, I mean, I guess Hitler got a lot of what he wanted, but then just caused more problems. And in the long run, he didn't get it. But, you know, or somebody who wanted to be really rich, but they wanted safety or happiness. So they might have gotten the money, but they didn't get what they actually wanted, which is the happiness.
Yeah,
So
the money was just a means to, but they didn't ask clearly.
and I think, Gary, that's my sense that we're here to know that we're to play the game, not like to get out of it. Like sometimes in Buddhism, for example, they think you're meant to get out of it. I think from we're here to play the game, but know that we're playing it, and then we can fully enjoy it. Like I saw in the dream of, I know that I'm playing it, so fear, sadness, love, joy, everything is enjoyable.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think
there's
that
different
was
there's
where we're here.
different I forget what the two types are. There's a philosophy in the spiritual realm of ascending. Are we trying to ascend, which is kind of leave the planet and go to a higher plane? Or are we trying to, and I don't remember the word that's used, but it essentially means integrate. Are we trying to bring that kind of consciousness here and live, like you said, with all of creation and kind of live heaven on earth, right? What is the real divine direction? We're trying to get
To
out
me,
of
that
here.
sounds really enjoyable,
Yeah,
more than like ascending or
yeah.
um,
And for a long time, I thought the avenue was like, let's all get out of here. But I no longer see it that way. I was like, no, the real beauty, the real divine thing is to be a divine human and be that consciousness with the body, because this is awesome.